Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. By the power vested in me, I hereby constitute this assembly as a legal congregation of the University of Pretoria. During this assembly, degrees with all the associated rights and privileges will be conferred upon the candidates whose names appear in the program. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, we now request you to join us in silent prayer or meditation to give thanks for the achievements of our students. I thank you. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Vice Principal Academic at the University of Pretoria, and one of my duties is to officiate at graduation ceremonies. And I must say that I find this to be one of my more pleasant and more rewarding tasks. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my signal pleasure to welcome you to this morning's ceremony to acknowledge and celebrate the achievements of our students in our Faculty of Engineering, Built Environment, and Information Technology. Allow me to extend a special word of welcome to the following people. Firstly, the Dean of the Faculty, Professor Sunil Maharaj, on my right-hand side. Deputy Dean of the Faculty, Professor Alta van der Merwe. The other Deputy Dean of the Faculty, Professor Jan Elof, and the Deputy Director of the Department of Enrollment and Student Administration, Mr. Pedri Miller. I also want to welcome chairpersons of schools, heads of departments, directors, emeriti, and honorary professors and other lecturers and their spouses. Allow me to also welcome supervisors, co-supervisors, and external examiners of doctorandi. Then too, a warm welcome to the representative of the Student Representative Council, who will present the SRC academic colors this morning. Then too, a warm welcome to all persons upon whom degrees will be conferred this morning. And then lastly, a warm welcome to all spouses, parents, and other parties, as well as dignitaries whom we may not be aware of. And then lastly, ladies and gentlemen, a small announcement. I would want to request the audience for a brief moment of silence in memory of Professor Helene Gelderbloem, who passed away very recently, and two of her students, her master students, are graduating here this morning. I thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, today's graduation ceremony is taking place on the university's sports campus, the home of record-breaking athletes and winning sports teams. We are particularly proud at this point in time of the achievements of our athletes. We think here particularly of our athletes Tatiana Schoenmaker, Akani Simbine, Wenda Nel, Clarence Muniai, and Constant Pretorius. Tatiana Schoenmaker, a financial sciences student at UP, you will remember, recently won gold for both the women's 100 and 200 meter breaststroke events at the Commonwealth Games in Australia. Simbine from the Tux Athletics Club also won at the same meet the 100 meters final of the Games. Wenda Nel won the bronze medal in the 400 meter hurdles, making her the first South African woman athlete winning a medal in a longer distance hurdle event at a major international meet. These are indeed remarkable achievements. Of course, if one studies the sporting careers of these athletes, it is clear that they personify commitment to their careers, hard work, tenacity, and exceptional performance. These are attributes we hope will increasingly be seen as the hallmarks of all UP students and graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, today's graduation ceremony is one of 32 graduation ceremonies scheduled for April and May. During this period, more than 11,400 degrees, diplomas, and certificates will be conferred. Of these, 202 are doctoral degrees and 1,389 are master's degrees. Clearly, the University of Pretoria is making a significant contribution to the number of graduates qualifying nationally per annum. In this morning's ceremony, we will be conferring 316 degrees from the Faculty of Engineering, the Built Environment and Information Technology. Of these, 6 are PhD degrees, 68 master's degrees, and 65 honors degrees. Ladies and gentlemen, while I had earlier referred to the sporting achievements of our students, of course, it is not only in terms of sports that the University of Pretoria excels. Through the years, the university has carved out a place for itself as one of the premier universities in South Africa in terms of academic achievement. And this is reflected in the university's position in various university ranking systems. For example, in November 2017, the University of Pretoria was ranked amongst the top 40 universities in the BRICS countries, according to the BRICS university rankings. UP has improved its overall position in South Africa by moving from 4th position in 2016 to 3rd position in 2017. With an overall ranking of 38 for the BRICS countries, the university leapfrogged 11 positions upwards from its position in 2016. I'm also proud to announce that the most recent Quacquarelli-Symonds, or QS World University Rankings, place UP in the top 2% of universities worldwide. Considering that 26,000 universities are evaluated in the Quacquarelli-Symonds ranking system, being in the top 2% is really a significant achievement to my mind. Furthermore, according to the QS rankings, the University of Pretoria currently ranks amongst the top 1% of universities globally for graduate employability. This, I believe, ladies and gentlemen, is indicative of the quality of education offered by the university. If I may pause for a moment, over the past few years, the university has increasingly prioritized the importance of ensuring that we give students the type of education and the type of qualifications that will enable them to acquire employment soon after graduation if they are not to pursue further higher degrees. It's critically important, of course, to acknowledge that university degrees are important for the self-actualization of graduates and of students. But self-actualization on its own will not suffice. Critically, it's important for graduates to find employment after they leave the university. Parents and students invest enormous amounts of money in ensuring that students are successful, and it will not be to the students' advantage if the university cannot ensure that it offers its students the type of qualifications and education that will ensure that they do get employment. Currently, the university can be considered as one of the top universities as far as graduate employability is concerned. As indicated, we perform amongst the top 1% internationally, which means that UP graduates, more than graduates at most other universities in most other countries, are more assured of employment following graduation than many other graduates. And that's something that the university is proud of, but it's something that the university will continue working on. We believe that the quality of degrees that we offer also has to be measured by outcomes, and one of the outcomes is employability. So, ladies and gentlemen, the University of Pretoria has clearly done well over the past year. However, how has the Faculty of Engineering, Built Environment and Information Technology performed during this period? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to inform you that the faculty remains a leading institution in the fields of engineering, the built environment and information technology through its pursuit of teaching and research excellence and its commitment to delivering competent, creative, responsible and productive graduates. The faculty's standing as one of the best of its kind was recently confirmed by the Times Higher Education Rankings, which saw it ranked in 5 subject areas in the ranking system for the first time. Furthermore, in the subject area Engineering and Technology, the university is now ranked in the top 2% of 26,000 universities worldwide. Other significant achievements of the faculty include the following. Firstly, in 2017, the faculty launched the Data Science Institute and MIT program. This is a program of which the university is very proud, and it also is a first for South Africa. In 2017 too, the university was ranked in the top 1% of universities internationally for the Faculty of Engineering, Built Environment and IT's Architecture program. According to the most recent Thomson Reuters Essential Science Indicators for Citations, the School of Engineering in our faculty was ranked in the top 0.5% of engineering schools in the world in 2017. Of course, the most significant achievement of the faculty during 2017 had been its contribution to the success of the graduates upon whom degrees will be conferred today. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me at this point to congratulate all the graduates for their achievements. All of us here present will agree that this ceremony represents the culmination of much hard work and sacrifice on the part of those who are graduating. So once again, my sincerest congratulations to everyone who will be receiving their degrees today. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, for having stayed the course. Congratulations for having reached the goal of successfully completing the programs for which you had enrolled. And of course, congratulations to your parents, your guardians, partners, sponsors, and others who had supported you materially and in other important ways during the period of your studies. Ladies and gentlemen, the staff of the Faculty of Engineering, the Built Environment and IT had asked me to convey their congratulations to all graduates here today. I was also asked to convey a special word of congratulations to Mr. Johan Duploy. Mr. Duploy, your faculty has requested that I mention you by name and that I express the appreciation of your lecturers for not only your commitment to your studies, but also for your joyful and positive attitude to life. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations and sincere thanks to those who had lectured and supervised the students who will be receiving their degrees today. Graduates, it is our sincere wish that as you further your careers beyond the university, you will contribute to our society through showing proof of the following attributes that we encourage our graduates to develop. These are autonomy, leadership, ethical conduct, very important today, and social responsibility and responsiveness. The important message I want to convey, ladies and gentlemen, is that while the graduate certificate or the degree certificate, that you will have in your hand at the end of the ceremony is important, we do hope that you had developed and imbibed the types of qualities that the university wishes all its graduates to have. In other words, graduates who will take up leadership positions in our society, will improve the conditions of living of most of the citizens of this country, will be ethical in their conduct, and above all, improve the lives of those who otherwise would not who do not have an opportunity to get a qualification from a university. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I ask the audience to applaud our graduates for their significant achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your attention. I now request the Dean and Supervisors to introduce to me the candidates present whose names appear in the program.
Mr. Vice Principal, the Supervisors will now introduce the doctoral candidates to you.
Mr. Vice Principal, I introduce to you Barend Johannes van Wyk, who has complied with the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Information Science with a thesis titled The Relationship Between Research, Data Management and Virtual Research Environments, prepared under the supervision of myself and Dr. Homner as co-supervisor. In its research, the promovendus compiled a conceptual model of a virtual research environment, abbreviated VRE, that indicates the relationship between research data management, RDM, and VREs, based on a comprehensive literature review focusing inter alia on the relationship between VREs and RDM, He designed a conceptual VRE model that could be used for the management of research data. This model was evaluated and tested empirically in 2 case studies from a South African university. The one case study used natural science-oriented data and laboratory methods, and the other human-oriented data and survey instruments. The proposed model was assessed through these case studies, and based on evaluations and feedback, the model was modified and enhanced. The contribution of the study lies in the presentation of the VRE model with distinct component layers and generic components, which can be used as technological and collaborative frameworks for the successful management of research data. Mr. Vice Principal, I request you to confer the degree on the candidate.
I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all its associated rights and privileges on the candidate.
Mr. Vice Principal, I introduce to you Thomas Verbeek, who has complied with the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Information Science with a thesis titled The Design of a Model for the Acquisition, Reuse and Creation of Knowledge in a Civil Engineering Environment, prepared under my supervision. The research entailed a unique integration of knowledge management principles, systems engineering, ontologies, and problem solving. A model was developed called a logic base that facilitates this integration process. This integration advances knowledge management in everyday use and will benefit engineers in not only taking a holistic view on their projects and problems that they wish to solve, but also in structuring their knowledge to enable sharing with colleagues and with the world at large. Knowledge representation was done by using concept maps, and an ontological structure was designed to guide users in the drafting of knowledge representations. The contribution of this research is in both the fields of knowledge management and civil engineering, and the principles can be adapted for use in other fields and disciplines for the acquisition, reuse, and creation of knowledge. The logic base can also fulfill a much-needed training requirement for young, inexperienced engineers. Mr. Vice Principal, I request you to confer the degree to the candidate.
I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all its associated rights and privileges on the candidate.
Mr. Vice Principal, I introduce to you Victor Rigoro Kibandi, who has complied with the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science with a thesis titled A Novel Cloud Forensic Readiness Service Model, prepared under my supervision. In his thesis, the promovendus transformed malicious botnet software to use it in a non-malicious fashion, enabling authorities to conduct digital forensic readiness in a private cloud computing environment. Attackers can buy a virtual computer in the cloud and use it for malicious activities. Once the attack is completed, the attacker instantaneously decommissions the virtual computer. It is then impossible for forensic investigators to investigate the actions of the attacker, since the virtual instance would have been destroyed long before the investigation is commissioned. Conventional digital forensic investigation techniques would fall short, hence digital forensic readiness was employed. Implementing forensic readiness would require the cloud computing paradigm to be redesigned, which would be costly and time-consuming. The promovendus, however, introduced a novel cloud forensic readiness model and implemented a proof-of-concept prototype that enables cloud forensic investigations without redesigning the cloud. Mr. Vice Principal, I request you to confer the degree on the candidate.
I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all its associated rights and privileges on the candidate.
Mr. Vice Principal, I introduce to you Mayisia Passmore Marufu, who has complied with the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Information Technology, with a thesis titled ICT-Based Innovation Using Service-Dominant Logic in Healthcare, a Design Thinking Perspective, prepared under my supervision. In his thesis, Alex Marufu explored how information technology can be used to improve service delivery. Adopting a pragmatic paradigm and a design science research approach, the researcher used concepts behind the theory of service-dominant logic, coupled with technology capability concepts, to develop a conceptual framework for use in design thinking projects. The study contributes to an understanding of the lives and challenges faced by new mothers in a low-resource environment. The main contribution is a framework and an enhanced design thinking process that streamlines the practice of consolidating empathy output while providing a mechanism to apply technology capabilities to propose solutions. Furthermore, another contribution is the set of lessons that arise from observing design teams at work and a number of prototypes derived from the design process. Mr. Vice Principal, I request you to confer the degree on the candidate.
I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all its associated rights and privileges on the candidate.
Mr. Vice Principal, I introduce to you Saloshana Naidu, who has complied with the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Information Technology, with a thesis titled Exploring the Undergraduate Information Technology Experience of an Extended 4-Year Program, prepared under my supervision. The research was a 4-year longitudinal study of students in the Extended Information Technology degrees at UP. Based mainly on the theoretical framework of Vincent Tintu, this study provides an analysis of research regarding student experiences, retention, and withdrawal in the extended 4-year program. The research methodology used to conduct this study included a mixed method approach. The data were generated by surveys, mini-essays, and the results of statistical analysis using academic results and students' academic readiness survey scores. A new integrated model that includes aspects of Tintu-Sim model and integrated with Bordeaux's theory of habitus and capital gives a holistic picture of a student's first-year experience. The new integrated model identifies 4 sets of variables that have an impact on the first-year experience: students' habitus, students' capital, students' social and academic integration, and individual students' experience. Mr. Vice Principal, I request you to confer the degree on the candidate.
I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all its associated rights and privileges on the candidate.
Mr. Vice Principal, I introduce to you Christian Skeepers, who has complied with the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, with a thesis titled Multi-Guided Particle Swarm Optimization, a multi-objective particle swarm optimizer prepared under my supervision. In his thesis, the promovendus introduced and evaluated a new multi-swarm, multi-objective particle swarm optimization algorithm. The new algorithm is loosely based on the vector-evaluated particle swarm optimizer, whose exploration behavior in objective space is extensively analyzed using a novel visualization approach. Various archive management strategies were evaluated to determine the influence on the resulting Pareto optimal fronts. A new measure that quantifies the comparison of multiple Pareto optimal fronts based on attainment surfaces was introduced. A control parameter optimization study, along with a theoretical derivation of the Order 1 and Order 2 stable regions for the control parameters, was presented. Results indicate that the new algorithm is capable of consistently solving a variety of complex multi-objective optimization problems, showing highly competitive performance when compared to the state-of-the-art algorithms. Mr. Vice Principal, I request you to confer the degree on the candidate.
I hereby confer the degree, Doctor of Philosophy, with all its associated rights and privileges on the candidate. Ladies and gentlemen,
Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree Master of Science in Computer Science. Jade Abbott, with distinction. Elray Alderwacher, with distinction. Philip Trenworth, with distinction. Francois van Staden. Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates has complied with all the requirements for the degree Master of Information Science in Information Science. Masego Mongwa, with distinction. In the area Master of Information Science in Publishing, Samantha Beitendach, with distinction. Master of Information Technology, Marius Auret. Brighton Bururu. Innocent Gumede. Tinyeko Shlomela. Sandile Schlope. Heinz Holzaffel. Busisiwe Juleka. Sarah Kimala. Christian King. Carmen Lammerding. Letsebela Lebenya. Teresa Lilly, with distinction. Rifilwe Maidi. Caroline Makowe. Tapua Makowe. Panuel Malebia. Portia Maluleke, with distinction. Madipetsana Mataboche. Tsitsi Matle. Maputo Matsao. Malibuseng Matube. Mokete Mofakeng. Itumeleng Mokhachane. Cornelius Morsted. Lee Mumakwe. Sepelele Nsengo. Nosipo Mubewa. Ishwakatipa Musvondiwa. Marlon Naya. Gordon Ndoro. Riabetswe Ngomane. Machochodi Nkuna. Sipokazi Ntondini. Herman Nsamo. Janet Odetswi Twum. Simon Prinslua. Jan Simmelink. Donald Setati. Maria Seifert, with distinction. Malehana Sibi. Joseph Sebulime. Jean-Pierre van der Merwe, with distinction. Ernestus Venter. Norbert Williams. Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree Master of Information Technology in Information Systems. Jacques Brosens, with distinction. Randani Kruger, with distinction. Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science Honours in Computer Science. Malose Bopape. Nadi Chiweta. Mohadi Maake. Andrews Manana. Lindilo Mapumulu. Sedzani Matoto. Werner Mostert. George Mweshi. Derek Pretorius. Zunia Rickert. Cornelius van Rooyen. Yusuf Albert. Frederick Atia. Jean Buffo, with distinction. Reinhard Kromhout. Arno Chlobberer. Dylan Hines, with distinction. Charles Janssen van Vieren, with distinction. Schlengekile Gita. Amy Lochner, with distinction. Nshlanshla Maluleke. Avinash Singh, with distinction. Emilio Singh, with distinction. Henry Wandera, with distinction. Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Information Science Honours in Information Science. Bandile Fakude. Divash Girdhari. Mokhare Khasi. Muhube Selala. Tabang Sitole. Khatazzo Lowelle. Patricia Mashlango. Karabo Malachi. Neo Mashillo. Tandeka Mashillo. Tsakani Masuluke. Blessed Matsi. Nomalungelo Mkabela. Tebejo Rapatsoa. Khatlego Rapolai. Olebocheng Stefanietzo. Mia Theron. Zavelo Sidaho. Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Information Science Honours in Multimedia. Marianne Ninaba. Peter Breedenkamp. Bachelor of Science Honours in Information Science in Publishing. Joeline Labuskhatni. Anna Lawrence with distinction. Caitlin Weber. Karen Hartigan. Jessica McLaren. Liz Joseph. Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Information Science in Information Science. Justin Brooker. Jay Cha. Tulile Chamane. Melanie Cronier. Enelda Kraus with distinction. Ruan Difal. Noloyiso Kente. Malefayana Khokhane. Mosa Ledwaba. Moleboheng Lapatso. Mulamuleli Lumadi. Portia Mabusella. Brian Martin. Colin Martin. Rashidi Mveke Zamulamba with distinction. Emmanuel Mkondo. Orefile Mkotrini. Rene Moke. Rishalatza Mokhashowa. Hunadi Mokwena. Idipile Mretwenyana. Pilya Mukengeshai. Mashlatse Nchlapo. Sean Nkodi. Fezile Nkosi. Tabesile Nkuna with distinction. Nkateko Nkunkwane. Sificio Nyakalo. Revo Pence. Samsanka Pakati. Petunia Polle. Offense Rabotollo. Malcolm Rakabopa. Daniel Roberto. Molebocheng Sechone. Hombakazi Selepe. Catherine Story. Jean Stradum. Roseanne van Roy with distinction. Elrise Fillion. Alaric Yaxley. Singita Zita with distinction. Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Information Science in Multimedia. Alan Bear. Duarte Breed. Joel Chikumba. Yana Bel Kutsia. Nicola Kutsia. Megan Els. Mia Gerber. Eugene Germes-Hezen. Marie-Christine Harmsen. Dylan Yosemans. Nontokozo Mabaso. Zinat Musa. Camilla Nkwashu. Brendan Potgieter. Davy Pritchard. Didinhle Radipape. Peter Rayner. Ian Richter, with distinction. Ewan Scott. Daniel Spieck. Retief Strydom. John Peter Talyard. Jurgens van der Spey. Nardus van der Pfeiffer. Jacob Vermeulen. Aneta Wamono. Wanrik Willemse. Celia Jung. Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Information Science in Publishing. Siobhan Dietlefs. Delise Francis. Kana Uesta. Marissa Leroux. Kelly Liebenberg. Jotatso Malange. Nompumelelo Mgitlana. Khadlego Musi. Bianca Newmayer with distinction. Rebecca Perridge. Carla Pretorius with distinction. Michelle Riedling-Hayes. Samuel Sherwood with distinction. Duduetsang Sitole. Natasha Thompson. Zan Michelle Viviers. Rudolph Walker. Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science, Information Technology in the area of Information and Knowledge Systems. Claudio da Silva. Sionin David. Christian Dreyer with distinction. Johan Duploy. Ernst Extien with distinction. Martinez Herman with distinction. Marissa Hubert. Timothy Kirker. Siabonga Magubane. Daniel Malango. Jacobus Marais. Mfana Masimulla. Boikanyo Modico. Joshua Mudley. Kudzai Muranga. Dedre Olvacha. Marin Peroski. Matthew Perry. Linda Potgieter. Richard Skovstra. Bernhard Schult. Vuyani Shabangu. Machocho Shika. Nikedin Suklal. Victor Twigger. Hendrik van der Merwe. Barend van Niekerk with distinction. Christian Vitrenchko. Brenton Watt. Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Gregory Austin. Jocelyn Bonjobo. Yashvir Brijlal. Joshua Cilliers. Nikki Constanticon with distinction. Jordan Daubinet. Divald Diacher with distinction. Georgile Dinake. Ritesh Dulab. Juan Dupria with distinction. Corney Els. Kyle Owen. Keegan Ferret. Stephanie Grotich. Keenan Jones. Regan Koopmans with distinction. Chepiso Magagula. Lesejo Machaleng. Tsepo Malesela. Godfrey Mate. Zilafo Mulugisi. Lisbon Nkube. Andreas Nell with distinction. Lyle Nell. Stefan Nell with distinction. Individuo Ntabeleni. Faco Peleja. Keaton Pennells. Lucian Sargent with distinction. Takalani Sigama. Jacques Smalders. Lorenzo Spazzoli. Sian Steenkamp. Quentin Swanepoel. Neo Tokowa. Leshlochonolo Tom. Robert Trenkel. Adriaan van der Westhuizen with distinction. Jason van Hattum. Craig van Heerden. Bernard van Tonder. Brent Walsh. Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Information Technology. Elizabeth Bode. Martin Botha. Chad Garrett. Armand Comfort with distinction. Julian Potgieter. Natasha Skuman with distinction. Mahobala Tosago.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us once again give our graduates a big hand for the hard work and perseverance. I thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, I know that you are aware that you would not have reached this point without the support and assistance of those close to you, your parents, the rest of your family, your spouses and partners. And so now I want you to give the people in the stands a warm round of applause for their support. Thank you. And once again, congratulations to all our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of the proceedings. Before we close, I wish to invite all present for refreshments afterwards in the marquees situated in front of the Rembrandt Hall. You are requested to stand for the singing of the national anthem and to remain standing until the assembly has been dissolved and the academic procession has left the auditorium. The words of the national anthem are printed on the inside back cover of the program. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. By the powers vested in me, I hereby dissolve this assembly of the University of Pretoria.